Good evening, dear students. Welcome to YouTube channel SSS1008. Please subscribe and share the channel as much as possible. Let us discuss about the basic fundamental unit of life. The fundamental unit of life is known as cell. We will know about why this is fundamental unit of life and what is its structure and how it functions. Okay, let us discuss about the basic discoveries on which questions are asked in competitive exams. Cell was first discovered by a scientist, Robert Hooke. It was discovered by Robert Hooke by his microscope in a cork. Okay. He took the cork from the bark of tree and saw the cells like little room. These cells were dead cells. After that, this discovery was discovered in 1665. After some time, Lewin Hooke, another scientist, Lewin Hooke discovered with a compound microscope free living cell. So there should be clarity between the discovery of a cell, free living cell, which was discovered by Lewin Hooke, and a cell or dead cell discovered by Robert Hooke. Both scientists played a very important role in the discovery of a cell. After this discovery of cell, other scientists, Robert Brown discovered a nucleus in the cell. We will discuss all these structures by drawing the diagram. Okay. After this, there was other biologist, Perkinse, who coined the term protoplasm. Perkinse. We will discuss what is protoplasm. Okay. So the question who coined the term protoplasm? Perkinse. Other important theory, cell theory, was given by two biologists, who were those biologists? Sheridan and Sevon. One more discovery: cells arise from pre-existing cells. This was given by Word show. All these questions are related to discovery of the cell and its components. Okay, let us draw the common diagram for the cell by which we can understand in detail. There are basically two types of cell: plant cell and animal cell. Let us draw a journal diagram for a cell and its organelles. In a cell, the outer covering of the cell is known as plasma membrane, which is semi-permeable, selectively semi-permeable plasma membrane. Inside the cell, you can take a large diagram. There is nucleus which contains nucleolus and chromatin, which is genetic material. Chromosomes are formed from this chromatin. This is nucleolus. And the fluid inside the nucleus is known as nucleoplasm. Nucleus is covered by double membrane, and after that there is a tube and a sheet-like structure around the nucleus. All around the nucleus there is this sheet-like structure which is known as endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is RER and one is SER. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here you can see beads-like structure on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. These beads-like structure are known as ribosomes. Ribosomes are helpful in the protein synthesis. The endoplasmic reticulum, which have ribosomes on its surface, is known as RER. And which is smooth, that is known as SER, which is helpful in the formation of fat molecules or lipids. After that, outside the nucleus also there is fluid inside the cell. That fluid is known as cytoplasm. This fluid is known as cytoplasm. And protoplasm is a combination of cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm, that is the fluid inside the cell. After this, there are some structure. This type of structure you can see inside the cell in an electron microscope. This is known as mitochondria. Mitochondria is also a double membrane. It is the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of cell because it releases energy for the functioning of the chemical activities inside the cell in the form of ATP. ATP, what is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. That's why this is known as the powerhouse of the cell. It has its own DNA and ribosomes. Remember this. This has its own DNA and ribosomes. So, this is very important organelle. After this, there are some structure which are known as lysosomes. 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 This is the waste disposal mechanism or waste disposal system of the cell, or why these are waste disposal system of the cell? Because they contain the digestive enzymes and which digest the damaged cell, and that's why these lysosomes are also known as suicidal bag of the cell. Suicidal bag. If the cell is damaged, these enzymes released from lysosomes digest all the waste material of the cell. That's why these are suicidal bag of the cell. Now we have considered the journal organelles found in both type of cells. There are some vacuoles also, but there is difference. There are vacuoles. but vacuoles. These are storage sacs for storage sacs for the solid and liquid content. Now we will discuss what is major difference between animal cell and plant cell. In plant cell, there is a cell wall around the plasma membrane. That means outer covering of plant cell is known as cell wall, which is made up of cellulose. And second major difference, vacuoles inside the animal cells are small, while vacuoles in the plant cell are large. This is the major difference. And one of the main thing which the plant cells contain, that is an organelle like this. This is known as plastid. Plastids, there are two type of plastids, chromoplast and leucoplast. The plastids which contain chlorophyll pigment are known as chloroplast, while in leucoplast starch, oil, etc. are stored. Okay, so this is the major difference in animal cell and plant cell. In plant cell, this is also double membrane organelle. Mitochondria is double membrane, plastids are double membrane, nucleus is double membrane organelles. Also, plastids also have their own DNA and ribosomes. This is a very important organelle in the case of plants. It is absent in animals. Okay. These parallel stacks one more organelle which is common in both plant cell and animal cell is Golgi apparatus, vesicles arranged parallel to each other in stacks known as cisterns. This is a Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. This is also very important organelle in the cell, which is helpful in the storage, modification and packaging of the material. So we have discussed a common structure for the cell, and that's why this is known as the basic structural basic structural and fundamental unit of life, because every activity of the body is controlled by the cell. Today we have discussed about the cell in detail. Video will be told as if we will write about the main points of the cell. So we will provide you the notes of cell in the next video. Please subscribe and share the video as maximum as possible. Thank you. Have a nice day.